to my beautiful Virgos. It's Dr. Leona coming in for your, oh, I've got a client coming up, don't I? Oh, it's 10:26 on my clock, guys, and it was just 10 seconds there. So 10:10 energy coming right in here. You are that 6th house, ruled by Mercury. Sorry for the looking back at the clock. I just realized I did a 45-minute special reading for my Patreon group, the VIPs and all access. So come on over to Patreon if you want to see all of the exclusive content that's there is incredible. And then you have, if I do say so myself, well, you know, I do have I do have a Leo placement, and it definitely affects how I communicate. Sorry about that. It's the placements. It's just way the placements. And Mercury is retrograde, so there's extra energy, there's extra ego. I love it. All right, guys, you're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is retrograde as well right now and will be until the 7th of April. That's your ruling planet. It's also the intellect. It's also the spine, representing the spine. The word for Mercury in Sanskrit is Buddha, Buddhaya. If you want to know the bija or seed mantra, the mantra that plants the seeds of your ruling planet, come on over to Patreon. It's all in that VIP lounge. You have to join as a VIP. When you go to the link in the description box for this extended and any of my extendeds, what you'll see when you click that link, you'll see it open up to my Patreon page, but it will say join for free. I still don't know how to remove that button. Patreon put it there without my permission. It was just like one day it was just there and I was like, what is that? So you don't see anything. I made like a video, and I think I made some photos available there, but they're like UFO stuff. So if you like UFO stuff, I did have a UFO experience in 2024, which was interesting. I was not a believer, and even though I believe in spiritual things that I believe in, it's not like I don't believe that there's other life on other planets. I mean, I'm a scientist. Yeah, I believe that. I'm an astronomer too, so hence the telescope. But in Vedic astrology, you don't even need a telescope. You just use math, the numbers. Numbers don't lie. And so in this, we see you right here, guys. This energy of the hermit and the high priestess right here in the middle, this is the same energy. So it could be two people with the same energy coming forward. And I think that you, in particular, with the hangman connected to this high priestess, we have double Pisces energy. Now we have a lot of planets in Pisces coming up on the 29th, and this is for the solar eclipse, guys. Okay, so this is your solar eclipse reading for March 2025. We have a lot of weirdo stuff going on. There's a new moon happening that day, like all kinds of stuff. And when does this all begin? This actually does connect to your sign, because this is all happening moving from Leo into Virgo. So planets are constantly moving. So when astrologers say things like, oh, this is happening in this sign, they don't always mention that it's happening while it's in the bridge between Leo and Virgo. For example, there's a bridge, there's a, the space between constellations, there's a lunar mansion, about 3 of them for each sign, and there's a bridge on either end between the other signs. And so it starts in one constellation and moves to the next one. And that's the space, and the number of degrees of that lunar mansion is the degrees between the signs. Okay, so in Vedic astrology, that's how it works. So I do see a tower moment coming in. And this, you can see with this card, that's an eclipse energy right there. So yeah, I know my voodoo dolls right there. Yes, you can get voodoo dolls like anywhere in New Orleans. And like there's a jeweler that's a local, she's a local too, she's she's a neighbor, she's part of my community, but you've heard of her probably, Christy Callie, and she's fantastic. She has little voodoo doll things and charms and stuff like that. But these voodoo dolls are made locally, and they come from Mama Laveau's shop, or Marie Laveau's. Mama Laveau is one of my spirit guides because she's one of my ancestors. And a lot of us in New Orleans are related to Laveau's, and Glapion is the name that was her partner. But they didn't have any surviving children. So and they're not really lavos, you know. It's like that's a, well, I mean, I don't know, like the supposedly, right? So I think that there's different accounts. They had 15 children, but only 2 survived, and Marie Laveau had 2 daughters prior to that union with someone else, a man that sadly died. So okay, so there's a big tower moment coming in here. Someone here could have the moon and in Scorpio. There's also an energy of having a moon Jupiter conjunction here in your chart, my beautiful Virgos. I also see, yes, I see the moon. Someone here may have the moon in the 12th house or Mercury in the 12th house, Jupiter in the 6th. Possibly. So look at your charts, and you definitely want to come in as a VIP, because when you join for free, you don't see anything outside of like some, you know, a video that explains the different tiers, the paid tiers to you. But if you come in as a VIP, I will offer you that free personal reading, a 1-question personal reading for new VIP memberships. And even if you already are on Patreon and you're watching this, thank you so much for your continued support and support here on YouTube. Of course, of course, of course. So Sun, of course, I see Sun in Virgo, Moon in Virgo, because you're here, we're doing Virgo work, but I also see the Sun in Scorpio, I see the Moon in Scorpio, and I also see a Leo Moon. Someone here could have a Leo Moon watching right now. I see that. I see you. Okay, so this is now the Hermit energy, the 6th house energy, guys. It's not your fault, right? That's just Virgo. Virgo is the 6th house. It represents medicine and health, and it's definitely part of my career energy, right? Like, so it is what it is. It's definitely part of my career energy. Absolutely, 100%. But it's also, what else is it? It's also friends, frenemies, hidden enemies, third parties, karmic debt, and financial debt. So there's a lot. Those things all go together, of course. How do we get into debt? It's through our friends, our frenemies, and the hidden enemies. What are the hidden enemies? Medicine and health. You know, you don't know what you don't know. Now with genetic testing, you can know more, but it's expensive to get it. So most of the time, people just wait until a problem happens, which, you know, everybody does, because that's the most financially feasible thing. But then there's debt attached to it. So at some point, there are concierge doctor services now. It's becoming more popular because healthcare is so expensive here in the States. Yes, there's government and state health insurance, but it doesn't pay for much, and you have to still pay for it. With the exception of like the Medicaid and Medicare programs, but with the federal government programs, a lot of times people that are retired are now able to get that, you know, for free, but they almost always have to buy private supplemental insurance. So that's part of why our healthcare system is so criticized, highly criticized, because it causes people a lot of debt. So I do see with the third party energies here, because of the Two of Pentacles beneath the Hermit. So something here, your energy, your Mercury is lighting up for me that there could be somebody juggling you, or you could be juggling. And then we get this guy who we know, player alert. We do see this energy of Leo, Scorpio here. Your energy is here, Virgo. We have multiple Pisces cards. And I also see the energy of cuspers, people born on the cusp of Pisces and Aries, because that's the energy coming up here. And your ruling planet, Mercury, will be going direct in Pisces on April 7th and will then be transiting relatively quickly. It's about a 3-week transit in any given house because it's the fastest moving planet. And it goes around the sun in like 3 weeks. A full year, or it's like travels between signs every 3 weeks. A full year for it travels around the sun in about 80 days. So it's not less than 3 months of our time, of our full year, of our rotation. We go around the sun. is only 80 days from Mercury. So many of you probably can, you may work in transportation because Mercury itself is communication, travel, transportation, and technology. You could work in any of those fields. I had a friend who was a Sagittarius moon, and they had Leo. Actually, the thing that they thought they thought they were a Virgo, but actually their sun was in Leo. So they could be watching right now. Except I don't know if they know I do this, but yeah, maybe they do now. All right, so it looks like someone's going to be sending you some kind of a message. Okay, that's coming up here. And there's more Leo coming up. This is also a Taurus energy because it's the Empress here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the Chariot or the Emperor card coming out, because I think some of you have that energy popping up here. So what I see happening is a lot of choices for you. Some of you are going to be trying to balance out money situation here. And you're going to have some choices when it comes to that. Wherever we see the moon in our, we have the moon and the sun here for you, came out together, which is pretty great. Wherever we have the moon in our chart, that's where we have the potential to make millions rather. And wherever we have the sun, we have the potential to make billions. Okay, so wherever you have that sun and moon, it's coming out, it's connected with money and balancing out accounts. We have a tower moment promised here right on the eclipse day. So some big change is going to happen for you on the 29th. I have a whole video in the VIP lounge right now that gives you specific Vedic advice, like the wisdom of the ages, 15,000 years of observations, and giving you advice from that space of 15,000 years of cosmic, observations and how it affects us. So what not to do basically that day, and like starting the evening before to the next morning. Like there's definitely certain things you can avoid getting hurt that day, physically injured, and in other ways. Yeah, so I do see here that somebody has to push through the burdens. There's quite a lot of them. Someone might have recently sent you something here. Yeah, this person wants, I believe it's you. They want you. You could want someone, but I do see this energy, Virgo. Look at this. During this transit, there's a transit between two people, between a King of Wands and a Queen of Wands, and you're one of those two people. Whoever is the Queen of Wands is acting like an Empress. Is like, no. You might have to create boundaries with this person and push through the burdens, and because ultimately it looks like yeah, there you are. This is definitely that energy of a person just being in their power, standing in their power, not allowing someone here does have financial burdens. It's really coming out. It has to do with your choices always, by the way. So like, did I have to buy that scarf for $150? No. You're like, $150? I know, but I wanted this white scarf for like ever. And then it went on sale. I've been looking at it for 3 years. So that's that energy of Saturn and Aquarius. $150 is not something I typically would spend on a scarf, but it's really beautiful. I just wanted a white scarf. I have like a big thing I'm doing a big talk at a World Congress coming up this spring, and it's overseas, and so I wanted to just have a little something extra there going on. So I do see this energy. We have Taurus there, Taurus and Leo really connecting here. And so that energy of fixed energy, I think there's going to be something happening for you that's going to make you more wealth. I see a lot of wealth coming in for my beautiful Virgos in this reading. I hope I remember that in the title. But I also see a person coming towards an Empress, King, and with matching energies. It's very passionate too. It's going to be very passionate, but somewhat here is going to be like, no, creating boundaries along the way. And that's part of the burdens here. I see the debts connecting possibly to health. I also think it has to do with some other material things too, because of the choices. Many choices were made that led to the debt. So it wasn't just like medical debt. There's like many things. It could be school. It could be a few different things. Medical school. Yeah, no, that's definitely. All right. So I do see a space of regret here. Oh. Okay. So there's a person here I'm just getting too. I'm getting something coming through from the other side. Someone here definitely has some saggy placements. But I'm seeing angels surrounding you. You might be praying. Some of you have an angel that's like that's around you a lot. I think you may know that. There is an energy here, 10-10 energy. That came out at the very beginning of your reading. That's so interesting. So we have this coming in. Yeah, someone is coming towards you. Sagittarius? Oh, I knew this. So there could be somebody here. All right. You will have two people coming towards you. All right, we're 15 minutes and 38 seconds, and you'll have two people coming towards you. One of them may have some Sag. They could also be a Virgo ascendant. They may have some planets in Sagittarius. I gave you some of those options at the beginning of the video. So certainly take a listen if you're here now. Maybe you've been here the whole time. Sometimes I'll push a video along and miss some information because of time. So you might have done that too. I do see this Taurus Scorpio energy. This is that destiny track of 2nd and 8th house. So there's always, whatever you have in the 2nd and 8th house, by the way, there's always Ketu and Rahu are always in the 2nd and 8th house because Ketu is always in the 8th. Even if it's not in the 8th for you, the energy of Ketu and Venus conjunct will always be in that 8th house. And so whatever you happen to have in the 8th house and whatever you have in Scorpio, whatever you have in the 2nd house, whatever you have in Taurus, this is ancient energy, whatever is there, guys, for you. Ancient freaking energies that, you know, probably from the beginning of time for you. All right, that's one of the most highest karmic placements, is having those nodes of destiny in Taurus and Scorpio. So someone here has 2nd and 8th house destiny activation coming up here. And if it is not, like, it depends on your ascendant, what's in the 2nd and 8th house. So if you're a Sagittarius ascendant, for example, because that showed up here, if you have that Saggy moon or Sag ascendant, you can always use the moon as your ascendant wherever you have your moon. If you plug that in as the ascendant, it's going to be some big things happening here for people. This is a really weirdo time, and I think you have someone else coming towards you. Yep, look at that. Aquarius energy. We have the activation of Leo and Aquarius happening in May. So this is a prediction for you. Whatever happens, whatever the energies are for that solar eclipse, guys, which is more than just a solar eclipse. It's also a new moon. It also includes things happening with your sign and your ruling planet. So please go to Patreon and join as a VIP. You'll get your chart. You'll get I'll do like a little video for you, and I'll explain a lot of the chart and give you like a mini consultation. A full consultation will take me hours that I don't have, and I definitely can't do that for free, but I'll give you a lot of information that you can digest in about 5 to 10 minutes or less, okay? So you'll get a lot of information. You'll have that as your baseline, and then all of the educational videos I have there, including all the tarot stuff. If you just want the tarot, join as an official patron, and then you won't see any of the exclusive content, but I still make exclusive content once in a while for that. So, you know, oh my God, whoa, Virgo. I didn't expect that. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, but oh, look at this, guys. It took me a minute to get there, but yeah, loving it. I love it. All right, I'm going to take you over to the extended right now. We're going to go right over there. I'm going to give you an oracle card. It is the Fox. Number 13 is a karmic debt number of creating resistance for yourself. So someone here might have done that. I'm going to tell you right now, we talked about your choices and how some of you have got into some debt for some of your choices. And I talked a little bit about my current debt. I got to pay that scarf off now. No problem. Well, a little bit of a problem, I guess. I got to find that $150. I keep donating to the elephants. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention, and it's like the most important thing about my channel. I keep no proceeds. All of those proceeds go to Elephant Aid International, the Elephant Refuge, which is here in North America. And I post about that on Patreon, and you can literally see, I make screenshots of what we're doing with it, where it's going. You can see it. You can see it right now. I posted this month, lots of stuff about it, and we're actually doing something with planting, like there's special grass for the elephants, and we're going to be buying a 50-pound bag of this special to seed for this grass that is nutritional grass that they actually eat, and we're going to cover 2 acres, which isn't actually that much. I mean, they need a lot more. Need about 10 of those 50-pound bags. Our channel is buying one, and this month alone we bought like was it like 160 pounds worth of bananas. We bought all these watermelons for the elephants. So we do things. All of the water troughs that are there, all the self-feeding water devices that water the elephants all over these hundreds of acres. I bought all those. Okay, so we are really into it, and I don't keep a single dime. I do this for the love of, and also to help you all master your chart so you can master your life. So come over to Patreon. I do see somebody here is very wily. I see someone here being told by the universe to use, you are very clever. You have a lot of mental agility. You can do mental acrobatics. You're very clever, Virgo. Okay, so you're going to have to use that cleverness, and some planning and patience will pay off for you. There's an escape route. You have to build an escape hatch. I think for some of you, there's one person maybe coming in towards you with the wrong energy. Another person's coming in, and it's going to be the best thing ever. Oh, I can't wait for this energy. Oh, it's going to bring you so much healing. My beautiful Virgos, let's go over to Patreon and hear the rest of it in the extended. I'll see you over there. Bye now.